Hello, everyone. All right, so I want to let you guys know about a Republican in our country by the name of, I believe his name is Travis Scott, and he's an African American Republican politician. By Republican politician, yes, he's a politician who's Republican. But he went on national television a few weeks ago. I believe it was in the end of April, but I just want to bring this up now. I actually know it was in May. I'm going to let you guys know. He went on TV and he said, America is not a racist country. That's exactly what he said. Guys, I don't agree with that, and let me tell you why. I believe his name is Travis Scott. If he was white and he said that, nobody would care. It just maybe it would seem like nobody would care this time, but our ancestors would be the last ones to talk about it because of the racism and bigotry and white supremacy and slavery that the white Europeans caused. No, not Americans, Europeans, which was back then because of Christopher Columbus. And guys, if you live in Ohio, let me tell y'all something. There's a road, a city there named Columbus, Ohio. Where do you think Columbus came from? Like, what I mean by that is the last name, Columbus. Christopher Columbus, Columbus, Ohio. They named it after the city after Christopher Columbus. How dare anybody, use the name Christopher Columbus and act like he's some sort of hero? Because he's not a hero. He's a villain. And he was a villain that caused so much I can't even say the names because I was going to say craziness because he is crazy. But, I mean, America was built off of racism, slavery, bigotry, slave labor. Because it was slave labor. But, and Africans did build the country for free. Because originally, if you look back at your history, if you research it, Americans didn't really build the country. It was Africans who built the country and the White House and the country. So in a way, the president, the vice president, and the president, vice president, and their whole administration, the Congress, the senators, everybody needs to know there that they live in a White House that was built off of African slaves. And no, anybody who thinks that they ascended from slaves, no, they did not. They came from Africa. The only reason why there was slavery was because the white Europeans, yes, I say white because they were, Europeans had colonized, invaded, and stolen the land from the Native Americans. Well, that was before Africans were brought over on boats, and their languages, their religions, their clothes, everything was taken away from them, and they were treated like animals. And then they came up with the N-word to oppress them and make them less human. How dare anybody treat them like that? Like, that is just wrong on so many levels. And I'm sorry, but that could not be me back then. Because I would have to stand up against those guys who owned slaves. I would have to stand up against bigotry, racism, and slavery. I would have to stand up fight with the victims against slavery. Because that's wrong. The devil is the one who created slavery. So anybody who steals, kills, and destroys is a child of the devil. Because only children of the devil are the ones who steal, kill, and destroy. They stole, killed, and destroyed them, and they got away with it. And now racism still continues, but it's not an old school version of racism when they're calling them monkeys and this and that. No, they use other tactics by saying, "Oh, well, what about white culture? We have white privilege. We have a culture." And this, no. Our ancestors do not have a culture because our culture wasn't stripped away from us. It wasn't taken by anyone else except the Irish. The Irish were slaves. I don't know if the French or some other countries had enslaved the Irish and all that. Which Irish are white and they were slaves. The Jews were from Germany were slaves, and this and that. Alright guys, that's all I have to say. Enjoy your day.